Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Today, I want to talk to you about Jeremiah 29 verse 11 and how it can inspire us to trust in God's plans for our lives. This verse is a powerful reminder that God has a purpose for us, and that His plans are for our welfare and not for harm. The verse says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for harm, to give you a future with hope." This promise from God is one that we can hold on to when we face difficult times. It tells us that God is always working for our good, even when we can't see it. So, what does this mean for us today? How can we trust in God's plans for our lives? I believe that the key is to remember that God is always with us. He knows us better than we know ourselves, and He has a purpose for each and every one of us. I want to share with you a story from the Bible that illustrates this point. In the book of Genesis, we read about Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers and taken to Egypt. He faced many trials and hardships, but through it all, he trusted in God's plans for his life. Years later, when Joseph had become a powerful ruler in Egypt, his brothers came to him, seeking his help. Joseph could have sought revenge against them for what they had done to him, but instead, he chose to forgive them and to see God's hand at work in his life. In Genesis 50 verse 20, Joseph tells his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." This is a powerful example of how God's plans can work even through the most difficult circumstances. Joseph trusted in God's purpose for his life, and he was able to see the good that came from his trials. So, my friends, let us remember that we have a hope and a future in God's plans. When we face difficult times, we can trust in His love and His power to guide us through. We can hold on to the promise of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, that God's plans are for our welfare and not for harm, and that He has a purpose for each and every one of us. Let us trust in Him and His plans for our lives, and let us have hope for the future.